It's week 8 in the garden, and I've fallen so far behind on my planting. Well, not so far, just a couple of weeks behind. But this week, we got to catch up on all of our planting that we're supposed to be doing. I showed you the broccoli seed that I saved from last year, and as you saw at the end of that video, we had a lot of sprouting going on with those seeds, so they're obviously very viable. So I'm going to actually be planting them today because I'm going to be growing a lot of broccoli. They're going to be going down at the community garden plot, which is going to be our victory garden plot, and I'll be talking about that more in a later video. And I'm going to be planting a new round of lettuce, but rather than the seeds that I planted last time, last year, Guten Gardening sent me a number of seeds that he had saved from his garden, and one of them was a lettuce variety, and I'm going to be planting that this week instead of the ones that I have. It's a year, so we'll have to see how viable they are, because they've just been sitting around. I haven't done anything really to preserve them. And I'll be getting my potatoes into the ground. As you saw from the video at the, I guess the beginning of the month near there, the potatoes that I had saved in the root cellar, they had really sprouted and had long tendrils on them, which I said was not ideal. I have to think about how I'm going to be planting them. I might just end up planting them right into the garden at the time, because again, they're going to be going down at the community garden plot. But I do have the other potatoes that I kept in my refrigerator that did really well over the fall and winter, and they stored pretty well, and they've chitted to a certain extent. So they're going to get put into containers to grow, because they'll be going into our buckets just as I did last year. And then next week, I'll actually be starting my pepper plants. Going to be getting a head start on them because last year they just took a long time to get started, and the production out of them wasn't all that good. So I want to start them a little bit earlier and start growing them indoors so that they'll be nice, healthy, and strong when I put them outside. And then last, I want to be planting some celery seeds too. I'll be planting a bunch, just not the 700 seeds that are in the packets. But now I want to get going on the broccoli seeds. As I always do, I start with my homemade potting mix, and I'll link to the video up there showing how I make mine. And I'm going to be planting the seeds in these 4-cell containers. I rescued these from the trash bin at the community garden. People must have planted plants and then decided they didn't want their containers anymore. So I said, I'll take them. So I'm going to fill up these because I got quite a number of them. And I'll be back in a few minutes and begin the planting of the ones, my home saved broccoli seeds. So it's not even 2 days later, and you can see these seeds are really taking off. We've already got the cotyledon. We've already got the cotyledon, and we've already got the first leaves showing on these plants. So very carefully, I'm going to be transplanting these seedlings into these containers. Now, I'm going to be planting 2 plants in each cell, and I've got 4 of these done. So that's going to give me 8 plants in each container for 32 plants overall, which I think is going to be more than I need. But I'm also going to be planting some of the seeds that I got from Guten Gardening. So we're going to have plenty of broccoli seeds to go around. So I'm just taking this little thing and just making shallow holes. So since they do have roots on them, they'll have a place to set into the soil. My meat hooks won't damage these seeds too much. So we're just going to place that in there like that. I'm going to say it's probably a good thing. Yep. I'm doing this now before their roots dig into the paper towel too much. But it's not too bad. And then where I miss, I can gently just push them in there. My friend Carol over at Cape Cod Cottage Garden was using a tweezer the other day, and I was laughing at her for using a tweezer when she was doing seeds. I could use a tweezer right now for this. If you haven't checked out Carol's channel, I recommend you do. She does a lot of great gardening over there. She also does a lot of flower gardening. She's got a terrific little setup over there, indoors and outdoors. Her indoor grow room she set up this year is great. Definitely have to get my indoor grow room game on point. And outside, she's got a terrific fenced-in garden as well. She and her husband built it last year, and it looks fantastic. I'm jealous. But this is near 100% germination on these seeds. I don't think you get that good with store-bought seeds, or even from the different seed companies. And I'm just going to take a little bit of dirt and sprinkle it on top. Of course, the one good thing about pre-sprouting seeds is you should have 100% germination then of the plants that you're going to plant. Now, I have had at times seeds not take. They just never finished coming up, but that's okay. I'm always planting a little bit extra anyway, because I don't think I need 32 seeds or 32 plants for the space that I have planned for it at my victory garden. I think I'm going to have 4 rows, 4 feet, 3 or 4 rows, 4 feet wide. And if you plant them about every foot apart, it comes to about 16 plants. So, it's like half of what I need here. But it's also why I put 2 seeds in each cell, so that I could take the strongest plant from each of the cells and grow them. So Guten Gardening sent me a seed packet of Waltham broccoli seeds last year in these little packets. So I'm going to plant a couple of these as well. I'll make up one more container, and then I'll put these in. So with these seeds, I'm just going to sprinkle a few on the tops here, and then I'll cover them up. But because I just had them laying around without properly putting them away, I'm just going to go a little bit heavier than I might otherwise. And we'll see what comes up. Maybe they'll sprout just as strongly as mine did. Put a little soil on top to cover them up. Not too much. And now we'll water them in. So of course the last thing we have to do is label them. And I'm going to try something new this year. Again, I'm going to try blue painter's tape and write on that with marker and see if that actually at least lasts for a while. I guess it doesn't need to last for the whole season, but at least until I plant them. These were already faded last year when I just used the printer by the time they were going in the garden for the most part. And I used a yellow one here to differentiate it that these are the seeds that I got from Guten Gardening, as opposed to the homegrown seeds, the home saved seeds. So if you want to see what we were doing in the garden last week, check out this video right here. And if you find these videos informative or get any value out of them and you'd like to support the channel, consider checking out our Spreadshop store. We've got all kinds of apparel there and coffee mugs and hats that you can use in and around the garden. And then subscribe and hit that notification bell, and that way you can be able to follow along on the progress on all of our vegetables as we try to grow a supermarket in our own backyard. Let's grow something awesome.